Good morning, language arts students. Remember, I am not going to be in class today, Wednesday, November 15th, and so I have a short recording for you, and then I have some tasks for you to complete. So 2.09 is our topic of discussion today. It's all about syntax and making things sound better. So one of the things that you can do during your time today is to go through Buzz. There are all sorts of tips and tricks on how to make your voice, your way of writing sound better. And that's what this lesson is all about. Let me go ahead and share with you. Syntax is the order of words in a sentence. The order of the words that you use can either completely confuse your reader or they can make total sense to your reader. And so normal or regular syntax follows this pattern: subject, verb, object. I shopped at the mall. Who did it? I. What did you do? Shop. Where did you do it? At the mall. Rather than saying, at the mall I shopped. Syntax is the ordering of your words. And it's really important that you combine your sentences in order to make them sound best. Here's an example. At the mall I shopped, it just sounds strange. Usually we don't write that way. However, sometimes when we are writing in, for example, in our informative papers, our writing gets a little choppy. So it's really important to make sure that you reread what you write in order to make it clearer for your reader. And of course, you can see here 4 ways to combine your sentences is you could combine verbs, you could combine subjects, you could make it a compound sentence or even a complex sentence rather than have itty bitty bits of sentences together. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. It's really important to remember to combine short sentences together, especially if they are redundant. Here's my example. If I have written, my friend reads too much online, and then I say the same thing right after, my friend posts too much online, it's too repetitive. Instead, I could say, my friend reads and posts online too much. So it's just really making sure that you are aware of your sentences so that they're not choppy. Here's another example. If I'm reading through my work and I see I have written, President Obama used social media in his campaign, and then I see Mitt Romney use social media in his campaign, well, let's combine those subjects so it's not so repetitive. President Obama and Mitt Romney use social media in their campaigns. So again, it's really just making sure that you understand how important it is for your readers to have your written words make sense. Here's an example. Here's an example that I am taking for you. It's going to sound really weird. All right, so listen to it carefully. In the forest, the mysterious and dark, the brave adventurers cautiously walked through the twisted trees and bushes, their eyes wide with fear, searching for the ancient and powerful long-lost treasure that was said to be hidden deep within the heart of the enchanted woods. Hoping to find it, their hearts pounding and their footsteps echoing loudly, the treasure which they desperately sought after. Unknown dangers lurking around every corner, their minds racing with thoughts of what they might discover, and the excitement of the unknown, a quest that challenged their courage and determination. That is one long sentence. And it's a little wordy. And it's a little messed up when you listen to it. That is syntax. How do you make it better? How do you make it so that your reader's like, oh, that makes sense, not what are they trying to say? Here's how I could make it better. It's all in how you switch up your words. Here's my example. The brave adventurers cautiously walked through the mysterious and dark forest. Period. Their eyes were wide with fear as they navigated the twisted trees and bushes, searching for the ancient and powerful, long lost treasure hidden deep within the enchanted woods. Period. With hearts pounding and footsteps echoing loudly, they hoped to discover the elusive treasure. Period. Unknown dangers lurked around every corner, but their minds raced with thoughts of the excitement and potential discoveries that lay ahead on this quest, challenging their courage and determination. So you can see here, adding some periods to make complete sentences is so helpful. Hopefully you got a clearer picture of this scene in your mind as we read through it the second time. Here's what I'm going to challenge you to do today. I know that I mentioned there are some practice areas in Buzz. So if you go to page 7 in Buzz, you'll get some practice. I hope that you go ahead and do that, where you can combine verbs and subjects. And also you can see on page 10, they also have compound and complex sentence practice. So go through that. In addition to that, I'm going to go on over here to Buzz because you have an assignment. I'm going to go into my 9 a.m. class, but this is true for both 9 and 10 a.m. On your to-do list today, you're going to see there's a little syntax practice. All right, open it up. And it says, make this paragraph sound better using syntax and combining ideas. So when you open it up, it's going to have a spooky tale. You are to read through it because it's going to be pretty messed up. Listen to it. In the old creaky house with windows broken and a spooky attic that's dark and dusty. Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful. And notice, I don't even see any periods in there. You're going to break it up, just like I broke up my example here. If you need to go back and reread it or re-listen to me saying it, feel free to do so. Add some periods, combine some ideas, make this paragraph sound better. Work on the syntax. You can just write it right in here, right in this little comment box. That's your assignment for today. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. When you're done, you can submit. And then the other thing I want you to work on today here in Language Arts while I am not with you is if you turned in 2.08, which you were supposed to yesterday, if you turned in 2.08, I have given you comments on your document. Please make sure you read them through, make any changes that you can to your document so that it's all revised and fixed up. If you haven't yet finished 2.08, get that done today. Get that done today. It's so important that you stay on track with your assignments. In Buzz 2.08, I have even included my samples that I shared with you in class from earlier this week. Remember, you need a paragraph on positive impacts of your invention and a paragraph on negative impacts on your invention. All right. If you need any help, remember I'm out of the office until later today, but I will be in my office hour today at 2 o'clock. So office hours, how do you get to my office hour? Go ahead and find it here in Buzz. And there will be a link. it will say, Mrs. Conrath. And then you can launch at 2 o'clock. Okay? So let me know if you do need any help. 2.08 and 2.09 syntax practice are your two must-dos today. And of course, if you have any time, you can always work in MobyMax. MobyMax is coming due at the end of this week. This is how you go ahead and sign in. I think it's 25 minutes, right? 25 minutes of reading skills information. So plug in your iForward, click on Grantsburg, put in your username, your iForward username and password. And when you get there, this week for Language Arts, it's all about working 25 minutes in reading skills informational. It's the 2 book spines right here. So if you have time, you can also do that. Then you don't have to do it later in the week. Okay, that's what I have for you. Have a great Wednesday. Let me see if I can find your attendance word here for Wednesday, November 15th. It is hunting season. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.